then, now. Forever. Together. And now, WWE presents the Backlash Press Conference.
If they want a battle, I'm ready for war.
Tonight can be described as definite, surreal, vibrant, and of course, historical. The first WWE Premium Live event to be held in Lyon, France has just concluded, and now we welcome you to the WWE Backlash Press Conference. Hello everyone, my name is Byron Saxton, joined by WWE's French commentator, Christophe Ajus, and of course, welcome to all of you joining us on our various social media platforms out there. And during the course of this press conference, we have several guests, including the winners of the Women's Tag Team title match. We'll be joined by the winner of the undisputed WWE Championship match, and we'll have some remarks from the Chief Content Officer of WWE, Paul Triple H Levesque. But first, Christophe, I want to start with you. You just called the show. I know you're tired, but I'd like to know from your perspective, what did it mean to have an event like Backlash in your home country?
Unbelievable is not strong enough to describe what we went through the last few months. And now after the show, you can understand why we were waiting for that Backlash to be in France. It was awesome. And speaking about French, laissez-moi vous parler un peu français, mon cher Byron, et saluer toute la presse qui nous a rejoints ce soir. Alors, si vous voulez participer à cette conférence de presse, nous vous demandons de lever la main, de donner le nom de votre média et, exceptionnellement, puisque nous sommes en France, de poser votre question en français, s'il vous plaît.
Not sure all that you said, but it sounded good.
I said you're beautiful.
Well, on that note, let's introduce our first guest. They first planted the seeds as a tag team less than a month ago at WrestleMania. And tonight, those seeds blossomed because they now can call themselves the new Women's Tag Team Champions. Please welcome Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
I'm on my own, against the wall. The pressure's building, but no, I will never fall. Instead of crying, they hear me roar. And now I see that I'm way better than before. I never needed you at all. Think I fall down? I'ma watch you fall down. I'm living large now. I never needed you at all. Think I fall down?
Bonjour, ça va?
I'm living large
Ça va
now.
et toi?
Oh, wait. Oui, oui.
Ouais,
baby.
One of those. Ladies, congratulations. Let's open it up to our first question. Right here in the front row.
Hi Bianca, hi Jade. So I'll ask the question in French first. Bonjour. Ryan Naouni BLK from Brut Media and Fight Back Wrestling. Vous avez parlé la dernière fois lors de la conférence de presse de l'importance pour vous d'être une image et un symbole fort pour les petites filles qui vous ressemblent et qui vous regardent dans le monde entier. Aujourd'hui, vous avez pu être ce symbole fort devant un public international, devant, je crois, la plus grosse recette de l'histoire en arène de la WWE. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire pour vous de continuer sur ce chemin-là et de le faire maintenant à l'international ici à Backlash France? I'll now ask the question in English. I'm sure you didn't understand all of that. So, Ryan Bialkayaoni with Brut Media and Fight Back Wrestling. I wanted to ask, last time you were on a press conference, you said something about the importance of showing a strong role model to little girls that may look like you. Today, you achieved greatness and became Women's Tag Team Champions. What does it mean for you to be able to be that role model and show that representation on an international stage, this time in Backlash France?
It means everything. I mean, I have a 7-year-old at home, and I want her to know that she can do any and everything, regardless of the obstacles that are ahead of her. You know, we're out here taking things down every day and making historical moments like we're doing right now. And at that, in the French culture, you know, we're here to show and represent that regardless of the skin tone, regardless of how you look, regardless of where you come from, you can do any and everything if you just put your mind to it.
Yeah, to piggyback off of that, representation has always, it's not a request, it's a requirement. It's a quote that I have always lived by, but I think we've proven tonight that, of course, representation is so important for women, But we have proven tonight with our tag team title match and with Bailey and Tiffany and Naomi, the way that the women showed up and they showed out tonight, we have proven that people want to see us, that we can put on amazing matches, and that the crowd here the crowd here was so amazing.
Oh my gosh! Listen, electric.
It's so amazing. But I think we were at a conversation at once upon a time where WWE was doing amazing things with women, and it was the first. But now we're moving on from that, where it's not the first anymore. It's the norm. It's normal, and this is just what it's supposed to be. This is the standard. So to be a part of history, but now to be a part of the conversation where the narrative is changing. And now you have two women of color. Again, we're tag team champions, and we have been able to do it together again, and we continue to just push that narrative that we are great and people want to see this, and we represent this women's division, and our women's division is so amazing and so talented, and we have so many amazing women in NXT that are going to come up too and do amazing things. It's just really cool to be at the forefront of that, and it's so many more amazing women coming behind us, and it's so much more to come, and hopefully, we can do more shows here because the crowd is amazing.
One of one, guys. I mean, we were like, the crowd is hot. Go out there and just take over. It was crazy.
Crazy.
Bonjour. Mike Tanzet pour le Media Trust Mag. Est-ce que gagner ce titre ici, dans du coup cette première historique, ça lui ajoute une saveur particulière?
For you winning this title here in France, does it taste different?
I've never been a tag team champion.
And I've never been a champion here. I'm excited.
Yeah. So this is like a first for both of us, and we get to experience it together. I've gotten to hold a lot of gold together. I've gotten to do a lot of amazing things in my career. In a very short amount of time, I've gotten to main event WrestleMania. I've gotten to hold multiple titles, but to be able to hold this and be tag team champion, everybody knows the history that's behind this. With me going through like 2+ years with Damage Control, I've talked about it so much with the history, and finally we get to end it. And to have Jade on my side, and we get to do this together, and you help me end this with Damage Control once and for all. I know she's tired of hearing me talk about it.
I am.
We get to hold these tag team titles, and we get to do it in France. It's amazing.
It's electrifying.
It's amazing.
I mean, who would have thought that Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill would be tag team champions? No one. If anything, everybody's thinking of the opposite. We coexist, we work together, we shine. What is for her is for her, and what is for me is what's for me. We're out here representing and doing things that you've never seen before. We're kicking, excuse my language, my French, we're kicking ass, guys. We're phenomenal. Girl.
And we're going to keep doing it.
And we're going to keep doing it.
We're going to keep pushing it.
Oh, my gosh.
Keep
it's
doing
just
it.
organic. It's just here. We've arrived. And the sky is the limit.
Next question, front row.
Hi, Bernard Collat for le Ten Sport. Ma question est à propos de votre avenir maintenant comme équipe. Quels sont vos objectifs et avez-vous déjà des adversaires en tête pour l'avenir? Merci.
Is wondering what is your next goal as a team, and if you have any opponents in your head already, in your mind?
Take over. We want to take over this tag team division. No, there's so many amazing tag teams in this division. We want to elevate this division. Yes. I know that, I've said that I want to be finished with Damage Control and Kabuki Warriors, but Asuka is one of the best in the game. Kyrie is one of the best in the game. I've been going back and forth with Kyrie since NXT, and I know that they aren't just going to go away. I know that we're going to meet them again, but we have so many amazing women in this tag team division. We have Kaden and Katana, we have Chelsea, and we have Piper, we have Shayna, and we have Zoe. Just so many women in NXT. So we want to. That's my phone. I want to take a selfie afterwards. But we're going to take over this division, but we also want to elevate this division and make it amazing and really face all the tag teams in this division and just take it to
next level.
The next level. Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else I can say about that. That's exactly right.
Next question.
Thank you very much. Décines-Charpieu for 10 Count Media. Hi, Bianca. Hi, Jade. Congratulations on winning the Women's Tag Team Championship. I had a question for you, Jade, because what an unbelievable moment for you. First from appearing at the Royal Rumble and to now winning the tag titles with Bianca Belair. Can you talk about a little bit about the transition between your former place, All Elite Wrestling, and now WWE? What is different from the presentation to your in-ring level, etc.? Tell us a little bit more about your evolution.
You know, when you have the machine behind you, you can't lose. You can't. Like, everybody backstage is so supportive. They want me to go out here. They want me to excel. They want me to have that exclamation mark after every match. You know, working with Bianca, like, she's going to do nothing but excel. So I have nothing. I have to excel. Like, I have to go out there and I have to deliver. That's what it is. Like, that's the standard here. Like, you can't go out there and just half it. Like, you have to go out there and just deliver and give your all. The transition was something that I've never seen before. I think that, you know, like, coming, of course, at first, it can be rough. It's a lot of pressure on your shoulders. You have to go out there. You have to deliver. And, you know, I think I'm blessed to be the one to go out there and show the example that, again, you can do any and everything if you put your mind to, because a lot of people in my position would crumble, and that's a fact. A lot of people will let the pressure get to them. But I know that I'm here representing to show everybody, regardless of what color, what background you're from, you can do any and everything regardless of where you come from. But I think it did nothing but prepare me for the grander stage.
Ladies, congratulations. We look forward to seeing where you take the women's tag team division here in WWE.
To the top. Hello.
There you go.
Hello.
Your new women's tag team champions, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
This is what I wanted to do. That's why I have my phone. Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Au revoir.
I think that was our first press conference selfie. Well, guys, before we get to our next guest, we want to let you know that immediately following the WWE Backlash press conference, there will be a special WrestleMania announcement during the 150th Kentucky Derby airing on NBC and Peacock. To quote my broadcast colleague, Michael Cole, he said my next guest passed his first test tonight. In what was both a physically and emotionally taxing battle, he overcame AJ Styles to retain his title. Please welcome, and still undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. All right, Cody, let's open it up to our first question.
Hi, Cody. Alistair McGeorge from Metro in the UK. I just wanted to ask, that match, how significant was it for you as a performer to have that rivalry in that match to establish who Cody Rhodes is as champion since finishing the story?
Everything was riding on this match. And when you've been doing it, like as long as I've been doing it, we have what I call the fever. You know, you think, oh, I accomplished the big one. I did it. I'll be happy. It's not a matter of not being happy or being happy. It's just you're never full. And I'm so glad you asked that question, because I might have told this story before, but a few weeks before WrestleMania, I was at this really nice restaurant called Victoria and Albert's with my wife. And she, I said, you know, and I had been drinking a few libations, said half. So I said, you know, if I could just win the WWE championship, right? If I could just hold it up in the same spot that my dad did, and they don't take it away from me. I said, I think I'd be happy. I think I'd be full. And she looked at me and didn't even blink and just said, excuse my language, you're full of shit. she said, you're going to want to make it even bigger. You're going to want to make it even better. And how can you get bigger and better than Roman Reigns, Mr. Heyman? I will forever be in debt to France. This was the first place that I got to come, first PLE, and this was the biggest arena gate in company history. And when all our friends in the room and everyone who's a journalist in the business, my name getting to be attached to that, AJ Styles' name getting to be attached to that, I haven't even begun to cover the amount of respect I had for AJ Styles, and now that I have even more for him. I didn't intend to call him old. I never would. He's not. And there were some really close calls in there. This could have been the fairy tale ending at WrestleMania and then the nightmare at Backlash. And I'm blessed. I'm in debt to France, like I said. It meant everything.
Second row.
Oh, bonjour, Al, du média So Catch by Al. Je voulais voir avec toi, AJ était ton premier gros adversaire. Que penses-tu qui aimerais-tu avoir comme prochain adversaire pour rendre le titre encore plus prestigieux? Merci.
AJ was your first opponent for this title. Who would you like to have next to bring even more prestige to this WWE Undisputed Championship?
That's a really great question.
It is.
Well, I mean, you asked it, he asked. It's a joint question. Yeah. That is a really great question. It's almost a better question for Triple H in terms of the matchmaker, the person who is putting on these international PLEs. And clearly you can see the effort is being made to, we're not resting on our laurels in a sense. Oh, business is the hottest it's ever been for the last 2 years. The intention is next year when we're at Backlash again, it's even bigger, it's even better. That would truly be amazing. I mean, there is, not to skate away from your question, there are so many. I feel I've only scratched the surface perhaps with AJ Styles. I don't know if we'll revisit that, but that's the type of fight I'd love to get into one more time. And he left a little ding on my shoulder that perhaps I'd like to return the favor. But there's a lot of folks. I'll tell you one that maybe is a little strange. I'm not just going to sound strange, but I'd love. I mean, man, I could name everybody, but LA Knight is somebody that I look at because I get it. You know, oh, they're two good guys. Well, I understand that, but there's a flavor there. There's something about it, and it's like I was saying to you. When you got that fever, you got to know. You want to know. No. I'm the man. No, I'm the man. All that just macho, toxic, alpha stuff that, you know, I still have a bit of, I suppose. But there's so many, and there's probably new faces that we don't even know. And I'm not going to say his name. He had a birthday the other day, but he returned a gift to me that I did not appreciate. And when that man returns, I'd like to take something from him as well. So.
Next question.
Cody, Danny Stone from the Daily Star in the UK.
You guys are getting a lot of. Is this on? You're getting a lot of love in that section right there, huh? You're neglecting everybody else, huh?
We've got good questions.
You guys like him over here, or are you pissed at these guys now? You know.
So your father had a number of storied rivalries. Ric Flair is the one that comes to mind as his nemesis. Who's Cody Rhodes? Ric Flair going to be? Who is it? Who will it be?
Gosh, that's there's two guys in the ether who we've had a similar rivalry. My dad's three favorite rivalries were Superstar Billy Graham, Harley Race, and the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Those were his three greatest. He used to make Ali parallels to who was Frazier, who was Foreman, all this stuff. Perhaps it's my newly developed friend who's getting better right now, and we can't wait for him to come back. Perhaps it's Seth Rollins. Perhaps it's Roman Reigns. Perhaps it's AJ Styles. And this isn't the same type of rivalry, but one of the gentlemen who was in the ring with me was a huge part of me even being here today. There's multiple who were a big part of me being here today, but somebody who legitimately took me under his wing, put me in his faction, and again, you kind of want to find out. I know 10 years ago, Randy Orton could wipe the floor with me, but I wonder what it looks like today. Feels like it's the first time ever today, and I mean that with the utmost respect to somebody who got me to where I am today. But I don't really know. I don't know if I have a Ric Flair. Maybe it's Ric Flair, you know?
Second row.
There you go, Byron.
I think it's you. Yeah, you're cool. Michael Martinez from Lucha Libre Online. We have seen your brother Dustin in WrestleMania. He wasn't part of the ring crew, like when you were there with your family, but he have been part of you. Like your dad is not here with us anymore, sadly. But in my opinion, he's like that for you. You had a conversation with him after, and like how it was.
One of the things, asking about my brother Dustin Gold Dust, we call him Chicken. There's a second part to that name that's inappropriate, but we'll just say Chicken for now. Sometimes what you see on screen, what we do, it's really hard to, the suspension of disbelief. So much of what's happened for me on the screen is real. It's happening, it's real. And the most I ever got to be, because Dustin and I have a big age gap and different moms, the most we ever got to be like brothers was when we were tagging with each other, when we fought against each other. And there's such special moments, and they were tumultuous and tense. I got to find out what brothers also hug and they fight as well. I like to hold on to those. I don't want to taint those, but you asked, did we have a conversation? We had the shortest conversation ever at WrestleMania, and it might have been the most important one I had. Because I know I'm hard on him, but he's my brother. And before I had a Sting as a favorite wrestler or Shawn Michaels, natural Dustin Rhodes was my favorite wrestler. And God, every time at these things, he just said, you're doing it now. And to hear that, that's just the greatest validation ever, you know? You compete with your brother, you compete with your dad, you chase their legacies. And then at the end of the day, you kind of get to a point where you're like, oh, I just want to all be together and what we've done. And again, I always rally for him to be part of our Hall of Fame. I think he should. And, love him very much.
And we have one more question.
Thank you very much. Hello, Cody. Vous nous avez énormément remercié pour nous, les Français. Vous avez dit qu'on a été incroyables. Nous, on peut parler en tant que Français, en tout cas. On vous remercie énormément pour tout ça. Depuis WrestleMania, il y a eu beaucoup de changements à la WWE. On sent qu'il y a vraiment une nouvelle ère qui est en train de démarrer. Est-ce que tu te rends compte vraiment que tu fais partie d'une sorte de nouvel âge d'or du catch qui commence à arriver en Europe, qui commence aussi à conquérir des nouveaux publics? Est-ce que tu penses que vous pouvez encore aller chercher d'autres publics et conquérir encore beaucoup plus de territoires dans les années à venir?
First of all, you said a lot that you thank France and the crowd for the reactions, and he wants to say thank you from France for all the work. Since WrestleMania, there's a new era. Do you realize that you're one of the front face, if not the face, of a new golden era for WWE in Europe and also in the rest of the world? And do you see a new places all over the world that WWE can go through now?
A wrestler will tell you, I'm the face of the place. I'm the face of this new era. I'm the lead dog. I'm the quarterback. A wrestler will say all those things and say it with bravado and beat his chest. But how you know it's true is when somebody else tells you. And there are two people tonight. It's not always so emotional with me. It just seems like it is. There were two people tonight who told me exactly what you just said in their own way. I won't name names, but one of them said, "This is your spot." And that was the most important spot on the card to take us home, to go last. And the other one, I will name his name. He's been very helpful, and that's Jamie Noble. And Jamie Noble called me the golden boy tonight. And Kasama, you're over there. Kasama's been here since I got rolling here. I dreamed of that, sure. But I got hit in the mouth enough times. I fell down enough times. I looked up at the lights enough times to think like, well, maybe that won't happen. So if that is the case, and I am the face of all of this, I want to make sure that this new era and this run is remembered with as much excitement and love and happiness as it has brought me. Thank you.
Cody, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Oh, thank you guys very much. Thank you, thank you. Thank you guys very much. Thank you, thank you.
Well, finally, I'd like to welcome our final guest. He is the Chief Content Officer of WWE. Please welcome Paul Triple H Levesque.
You're even loud in here. It's great. Let me just start by thanking all of you for being here. What an amazing night. I want to thank all the media that's here. Also want to thank LDLC Arena here for being incredible hosts for us for the time that we were here. It's been an amazing experience. And the biggest thing I think I want to do is thank the fans. Wow. Just what an incredible experience. I don't know that I've ever had a moment when a show starts where I'm sitting next to somebody and we're yelling at each other and we can't hear, not because the monitors are too loud or the speakers are too loud. We had everything off. The crowd is so loud at gorilla position where we run the show from that we just literally could not hear each other talking. That's quite an accomplishment. So I just want to thank France for that response, that reception, that welcoming for all of us. I have been hearing it for years and have been a part of it for years of we have to go to France. We have to go to France. We have to go to France. And here we are. And it was everything that we thought it would be and then some. We had huge expectations for being here. You surpassed those greatly. Everybody getting alerts on their phone that the decibel level was too high and that they were risking permanent damage to their hearing. I love to read that, and I love to experience that. So quite a night. We had the largest gate of any arena show in WWE history tonight. And I think that's worth repeating, the largest gate in the history of WWE. That, that is saying something because we've been doing this for a long time. We have been doing this around the globe. It's quite a statement, and I'm blown away by that. So very excited. We broke the all-time record, obviously, for SmackDown, which was just set 4 weeks ago at WrestleMania. So in this time, we're very fortunate to be knocking off sort of record after a record. 11,628 in the house tonight. So excited. I would expect this to not be the last time that we are in France. But you see that this is the beginning of a very large global run for us, sort of WWE going out there and taking what we do and taking it to the rest of the world that we haven't always been frequently going to. You'll see that in the this international run that is up and coming. 3 weeks from today, we will be in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia for King and Queen of the Ring. 3 weeks after that, Glasgow, Scotland for Clash at the Castle. 3 weeks after that, Toronto, Canada for Money in the Bank. We'll take a little journey into the US for SummerSlam, and then right back to Germany for Bash in Berlin on August 31st. So I think you see the commitment now to international markets. So as I said, I would expect this not to be the last time in France. From what I heard on this tour of the last few days, Italy was quite crazy. So I would, when I get home, I will be looking heavily into Italy. And, you know, if I hear this a lot from people and I read it a lot, people hit me on social media from various international markets asking, how do we get WWE here? You get it by doing what France did here. You get it by being loud. You get those events by being intense, by being crazy, and just being passionate about WWE. So I would look forward to a lot more international events in the years to come. And one last thing I will say when it comes to amazing fans, great reactions. Our friend in London, Mayor Khan, was reelected tonight. We should talk, as I said before. We should talk. I don't think I really need to get into the event itself. I think that it was a spectacular event. I think starting out with Randy and KO and the Bloodline just tearing it up all the way through. I would like to mention Damian Priest, Bayley retaining her title, Damian Priest retaining his title, Cody Rhodes retaining his, and also would love to mention that I thought Bianca and Jade Cargill had an amazing showing tonight, new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. I think across the board in everything we're doing, not only is WWE on an incredible run of however you want to say it, new era, however you want to say it, but an incredible run. WWE is on fire right now. And when you look at where things are headed and the future with people like Jade Cargill, with, you know, the people that are coming up from NXT, new people coming in the door, that future is incredibly bright. So I'm really, really excited about the future. One last thing I will mention very shortly after this press conference is over. If you are get a chance to watch the Kentucky Derby, there will be a special announcement about next year's WrestleMania. So pay attention for that. After that, I will open it up to questions.
Okay, we will start off in the front row.
Bonsoir monsieur, Go Caprioli, journaliste BFM Lyon, la chaîne de télévision à Lyon. J'aimerais revenir avec vous un peu sur l'atmosphère, sur ces deux soirées, SmackDown et Backlash. Est-ce qu'il y a eu un moment particulier qui vous a frappé, un moment, une communion avec le public particulièrement? Est-ce que du coup vous pouvez nous confirmer que la France maintenant, ça y est, s'est inscrite, elle peut candidater de nouveau pour un PLI dans les prochaines années? Et je ne sais pas si vous avez eu le temps de voir un peu à Lyon, mais juste à côté il y a un stade de foot tout neuf de 60 000 places. Donc pourquoi pas, moi je dis ça, ça peut être une idée pour revenir bientôt en France.
So after those 2 days, he's wondering if there is one moment of exchange between the superstars and the crowd that was a market moment for you, and also if France is really gonna see WWE back, and there's a brand new football stadium just in front of this arena with I think 60,000 seats. So I think he's telling you it may be an idea.
So let me take them in order. First one was, is there one particular crowd response?
Moment, yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of them. Quite frankly, I think I would need somebody to go back, watch it with me, and explain some of them. I wasn't exactly sure what they were. It sounded like a lot of profanity. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
Absolutely not.
1, 2, Sacre Bleu is the, how's that go? What's the, 1, 2.
1, 2, simplement deux.
I had it wrong.
It means simply two.
Okay, all right. Well, so simply two. It's way less, when you know what it means, it's way less cool. That said, a lot of fun. Look, if I had to pick a moment, it's the whole night. I mean, just I'm sitting. I finally got to sit down in the office for 2 minutes to eat something really quick. This was probably an hour or so before the show, and they flashed the monitors onto the crowd outside. That was just insane level of people enjoying themselves as far as you could see people. And I thought, God, they're going to burn themselves out before we get into the event, but not even close. The whole night was my favorite thing. Just that level of enjoyment when you can come here to WWE and we can give you a platform to have that much fun. It's amazing. If you forced me to pick one moment, Jey Uso's entrance was like nothing I've ever seen before. What was the then?
And then if France is gonna stay on the list for WWE and the football stadium just in front of it.
So obviously, as everybody knows, in WWE right now, sort of my partner in crime in the moment of all of this is Nick Khan, the president of WWE. And without sharing too much, I got a text with him about halfway through the show that said "Stadium?" ? He needs to tell you all you need to know.
Hi, Hunter. Luca from Cultura Pop Italy. You mentioned before that you saw the huge reaction that we gave to WWE Superstars in Bologna, amazing crowd. So I'm speaking on behalf of Italians. Do you think that next year, realistically, we could see appeal in Italy? I can suggest you maybe some cities, Milan, Rome, Turin. we have a lot of facilities here, and we love WWE, so I think it could be pretty amazing. What do you think?
I think it's amazing. As far as the timing goes, there's so many factors that go into that. I wouldn't want to say, next year, but I think it's absolutely something that we're going to go back on. Hopefully we have some people that have the information that you have already about where to go. But yeah, we're looking to go to the places where WWE will be enjoyed the most. And I think that is, things move around the list, but it's putting together a puzzle of where everybody is and how we move around the globe, logistically moving all the talent, moving all the staff. It's a big undertaking. So we'll dig into it, and hopefully we have some announcements soon for everyone, in a lot of different global markets. As you saw this year, it's a focus for us.
Hi, here. Hello, Triple H.
Hello.
Good evening. Congrats for this night. I continue in French. SmackDown sold out, Backlash sold out. Il n'y a aucune surprise. Ça a été un succès inconditionnel ce week-end. La WWE Mania a envahi Lyon. Comment vous pouvez expliquer cette approche du public français, le travail que vous avez effectué en France pour avoir ce succès tout au long de ce week-end, et surtout comment vous avez vécu avec les superstars cette ambiance dans les hôtels, dans les rues, sur les différents événements.
So you heard SmackDown sold out, Backlash sold out also, and he's wondering how would you describe your job to make this a whole success during the whole weekend, and how you and the superstars saw that communion here in France, in the streets, in the hotel, in the arena. How do you live that this weekend?
I have the easiest job in the world. I have people like Cody Rhodes and Bianca and Jade and Bailey and Randy Orton and Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, and I have such incredible talent for us to get out there and show off to the world. We have an incredible staff, an incredible crew. The WWE it's just a remarkable machine. I get the fortune of being at the front end of that, and it's a lot of work, but it's the best job in the world. It's for me, just like for all the superstars, and honestly for the people that work here, it's our passion. And when you get to work in something that you love that much every day, it takes a lot of time and energy, obviously, but it's not really work. You enjoy doing it. You get up every day and look forward to to being able to go out there and do this. And when you have an event like tonight, a lot of times people question, okay, what's next? You get done WrestleMania. Geez, how do you follow that? I don't know. That's the fun part. You have to try to go follow it now and figure out where to go next. And when you're greeted like we were here in Paris by fans like this, I mean, here in France, it just makes the job like it's the greatest thing in the world.
We have time for one final question.
Hi, Paul. Alistair McGeorge from Metro in the UK. You were just kind of alluding to it there, and you mentioned after WrestleMania how personal this is for you. So thinking everything you've been through over the last few years, sort of your health, your recovery, the takeover, the situation with Vince, all the changes in the company, entering this new era, how is it for you as a human being dealing with that kind of whirlwind?
It's been great. You know, the one thing for me is all of the other stuff is stuff that happens. And if anything's going to be stressful for me, it's the other stuff. This, I love doing. So, you know, I think I had said in the past, you know, you have to keep your family in mind and, you know, your health, all those things. And I still agree with that. But I love doing what I'm doing. I love this process. I love the talent that I get to work with every day. I love the people that I get to work with every day. The one thing that I'm trying to stress to everybody in WWE, Nick is as well, all of us are trying to stress is, this is a lot of fun. This job is fun. We're here to entertain people. We're here to put, you know, we used to say it all the time, put smiles on people's faces. And whatever that is, whether a smile is a kid smiling or whether a smile is 11,000 plus people in France making crazy chants and singing songs all night and just having the greatest time of their life, that's the best when we can do that. So it's not stressful. It's not hard. It's not, for me personally, it's the best. I love doing it. I enjoy what I do every day. You know, it's great. I love it. We're good.
We're good if you're good.
Well, how long do we have till the Kentucky Derby starts?
It's
5
4 minutes. We got 4 minutes till the Derby starts.
Do a quick one, like.
Quick question.
Jesus, it took you longer to decide who you were going to ask than it did.
Lucas Charpieu for 10 Count Media. I just wanted to ask you, Fightful and PW Insider reported that Drew Gulak was released by WWE. I just wanted you to clarify on the situation, if that was true. And is there anything to do with Ronda Rousey's accusation about sexual...
Well, first of all, if you're going to cite news sources, pick good ones. That's where I would start. Credible, really, maybe. Yeah. We release talent all the time. We have, NFL releases 400 or 500 people a year, players a year. We release talent all the time. It's a part of what we do. You cannot just hire people, bring them in, keep hiring more people, and just keep bringing them in. So an unfortunate part of the job is talent get released. Can I say that he was released? He was not released. His contract was just not renewed. We're good.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good. Now I'm on time. Yeah. Thank you all very much for being here. I really appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
Well, that wraps up the WWE Backlash press conference. Quick reminder, we will have coming up next a very big WrestleMania announcement during the 150th Kentucky Derby, airing on both NBC and Peacock right now. But for now, from Lyon, France, Christophe taught me this. Au revoir.
I'm all sweaty.